And good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here, Signature Esports. A pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge for a new series here on the platform. It is the International Virtual Racing League Pink at 4 Truck Series. And we are live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube for the VOLSFAN88 200 here at Daytona International Speedway, the first race of the season. Qualifying, you're watching these drivers get themselves their fastest laps that they can get to be able to be tightly compacted for 80 laps, and it is going to be an extravaganza pit cycle somewhere between the 20 to 25 lap mark, and they're going to have some fun. 80% fuel here. It looks like they've got 4 extra sets of tires to be able to work with. Tires are going to be a big factor. Thank you to all the new followers out there, all of the new subscribers as well on Twitch. Thank you very much. YouTube as well. Thank you to all the new followers out there. Chat it up out there. I encourage it. I encourage everybody to have a lot of fun. We're going to have the Grand Marshal here in just a little bit as these drivers finish up qualifying here in about 20 seconds. Take a look at the race information for you. We're talking about 80 laps, 80% fuel, 4 tire changes. The track temperature right now at qualifying 70 degrees. So it's going to be very cool. It's going to transition from daytime to nighttime, and we're going to see a lot of fun. Remember to go to pinkit4.org. That is going to be the title sponsor for the IVRL. These drivers are out there for a good cause, and they're going to have a lot of fun doing it. Call to arms. Well, here's your Grand Marshal. He's going to give you a little bit of love.
What's up? It's the Diecast Dude. He's coming back at you again, but this time, not with another Diecast review. Instead, I've been given the honor to give you the command tonight for the season opener at Daytona, the VOLSFAN88 200 tonight. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Drivers, start your engine! Woo! Let's get it going, baby.
And they're trying to rev the engines out there for you guys. There is the call to arms. And that was the Diecast Dude. That right there, Keith, the Diecast Dude, Merrick, that is the Grand Marshal for the first series here, the first race of the season. I encourage these folks to get out there. If you want to be a Grand Marshal here, I'm pretty sure you can go to the IVRL Facebook page and say, hey, I want to be the Grand Marshal here. This sounds really cool. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have an interesting race because the trucks, they go about 188 miles an hour. And I tell you what, they're going to be fast and friendly, and they're going to have a lot of patience, right? That's what super speedway racing is all about. Daytona International Speedway, 2.5 miles in length. And they're going to get things ready to rock and roll here. VOLSFAN88, twitch.tv/VOLSFAN88. That is going to be the race sponsor today. Make sure you go and you give that not only commentator, racer, gamer, streamer a follow out there, but make sure that you put in his chats that you heard it right here in Signature Esports for me, so that way we can make sure that he gets that following up to, I think he's really close to 1,000 followers. So get out there and do it, and follow that platform. Absolutely amazing to be able to have that out here. And I'm looking at his 847 followers for VOLSFAN88. You'll see the logo out there. Make sure that you go and do that. Make sure you give us a follow on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We appreciate you as well. Let's go over the starting grid real quick while we have a moment, because I don't want to miss that. Anthony Zirkle, the 61, is going to be your pole sitter. Randy Hinshaw, the second, out there in the outside pole position. We're going to have Anderson, Charles Van Schaik, Abrams, McKinney. Those guys are going to make up 2 and 3. McKinney, Joey McKinney, Marabello is going to be out there in row number 4. Kevin Winker, Jeremy Robbins, row number 5. Valk, Jurek, and row number 6. And just kind of roll through this real quick. Swain, Proser, Gobble, Nupp is going to be out there. Carino, Hurst, Radford, Schaefer, McLennan, Kleiber, Jett, Johnson, all the way down to the back. Werner, Jewell, Schilling, Fry, Svalen. That's how they're going to get it. We're going to be green flag racing right here. Daytona International Speedway, first race of the season underway. 80 laps. Zirkle inside, Henshaw outside. Back that up. Henshaw is going to be on the outside. Zirkle on the inside. They are moving already up to speed. Turn 1, 2x2 from second on back. You're going to see the 61 down low. Zirkle trying to make that inside line be as straight as possible. They're going to be moving and grooving. 61, 21, 29, the 23 up high, the 9 there to the inside. All of these guys have different teams. They have different strategies. They're going to be working together, or maybe not. Who knows? Let's go 86, says Patrick out there. Good job to the Keith man. Good job to everybody out there. They're still 2x2 lap 1. Well, it's green. 61 to the inside of the 21. And no single file racing just yet. Position, where are they going to be? How long are they going to be able to hold on to it? Patience, a big factor. Of course, we talk about the International Speedway at 178 miles an hour for the race leader out of turn number 2 onto the backstretch. You can push these trucks. Unlike yesterday, we were watching the ARCA series. The ARCA series not able to push. But you can get flat up on the back bumper of these trucks, and you can shove them around the track. A good thing sometimes, but for the most part, for me, it's a good thing. I like to be shoved around Daytona and Talladega and these super speedways. iRacing Super Speedway, one of those speedways as well. Stretch for the laps being completed. Green flag conditions as you see the speeds of the race leader on the bottom right hand of your corner. 180 miles an hour into the turn number 1. Side by side for the drivers. They are still moving. Man, look at them go. Picketford.org. Make sure that you get that. Put your hand in the air. Do it for Dale Daytona International Speedway. It is here for the IVRL. Wolf pumps up front. Let's go. 61 out there on Twitch. They are cruising here, and as clean as you can ask for it. They're going to be back end line, moving back through the field. I don't think we have had hardly anybody change position inside the top 12. Nick Gobble on the outside. He is going to be in 13th. He's up 2 spots. Ready to follow along the 87. Eric Schilling. Schilling is up 11 spots, so is Nash Fry, the number 6. He is right to the inside. So 2x2 for the drivers. A couple of drivers electing to go to the back of the field, but they're still working it. All about strategy here. When do you come to pit road? How long can you come to pit road? And when do you take that advantage? Let's go 61. Clean looking another 61 truck out there. Turgenatis out there. Appreciate you. And just so everybody knows, I go and follow everybody that follows me that's out there on Twitch, so make sure that you do that. I try to do as much as I can. If you got Facebook pages, I will do that as well. I hit the socials and I do what I can. 61, 21, 20, 23, the 9 there to the inside, the 1 of McKinney. I tell you what, Cody and McKinney, they're just being as patient as they can be, moving in the field. Here's a look from the cockpit point of view from Cody Mckinney, Chesterfield, Virginia, utilizing that high line right there behind Shade. And to his inside, the number 18, right behind the 9. That's Joey McKinney right there. Everybody trying to hold in. A little wavering going on now. Folks, you know that after being in line for a while, you kind of just have to make your patience, because at Super Speedways, you're looking at 50-second laps for the drivers and 50 seconds over the course of, we're talking 20 to 22 minutes of driving before they hit their pit stalls. That right there is going to be we talk about patience. That's where the whole adage of, do you just want to run in line? Well, I would just want to run in line. 61 to the inside. He's got a little bit of an advantage there. Anderson, the number 20, Ryan Anderson. He is carrying the inside line behind the number 9. There's the 86 of Riley Marabello, the number 86, A-class driver, 4201 iRating. A-class drivers in here. Not just keep that line down. They're holding it very, very nice. Kevin, 42, he's moving. 42 inside with the 18 there right behind him. He's got that nose almost as close as he can get. They say you don't want to push the pusher here, so that if you're 1 and 2, you're going to be want to be right out on the back bumper of that next vehicle. But everybody else, you just kind of have to take your time, bide your time, wait your turn. And right now, 11. Corbin Blake is doing just that. Corbin Balk. Balke. So if I mess up a name, I promise I'll get it right the next time. This is how you say my name. And I just want to make sure. 76 of Jurek. Following along with this driver, we'll take a look at the spotter cam here. What I call the spotter cam. There's the 76, the Grizzly Ford F-150. We're driving Chevrolets, Toyotas, and Fords here in the VOLSFAN88 series on iRacing. You see how spread out the cars are, or the trucks are here, and they are still rolling. Right behind him, there's the 68 of Steven Prosser right there. There he is, driving very, very smoothly. Everybody's, a little bit of wavering. Virginia is your home state. Let's go. That says what Ellie out there. Appreciate you very much. Zirkle, Henshaw, Anderson, Van Schaik, Abrams, McKinney's. They're side by side, or pretty close to it. 17 of Robbins is going to be there in that fourth row. And they're doing really well. I made a challenge for them yesterday. The Arcas went 55 laps before their first caution. I asked if they thought that they could do that as well. Shasta, thank you for the like. Tanya, thank you for the like. Jessica, thank you for the like. Harvey, thanks for sharing the stream. Appreciate you very much out there on Facebook, and thank you for the like as well. Patrick says, let's go number 86. We're going to give some likes to some comments out there. Try to do our best in the stream to make sure we keep up with it. All the appreciation. VOLSFAN, are you getting more followers? I hope that you're getting more followers out there. Did we give you a few more? I hope that we can. Make sure that you go follow VOLSFAN88 on Twitch, twitch.tv/VOLSFAN88, VOLSFAN88, the number 88, and you'll be able to take care of him. Man, oh man, we're rolling. 21 of Henshaw drops down below the number 61. He's your new race leader. The 23 of Van Schaik trying to make the outside line stick. 61 a little bit off the pace, a little dirty air for him now as the 21 kind of gets a little bit of a run here. The 61 backing up to the 20 side by side, and now they're going to have a move. The 23 might be able to clear here. If he's going to pull the 1 with him, I would do it now. If not, I would just kind of hold on to what he's got. The 21 of Henshaw being shoved by the 61, but now we're going to see the 23 and the 1 drop down below. Well, the 1's going to be there. 23 is going to be soaked up. 1's going to be maybe picking up the 17 here. Woo, Nilly. Nose to bumpers, bumpers to nose. You see the big checkup happen right there on the inside line, and they are holding. Cody Mckinney's going to be your race leader, the number 1 to the high side, as he's got the 17 of Robbins there with him. 23 of Van Schaik to the inside. And now the 21's going to be following with him. So now 23, 21, 117, 76 on the high line, 61 to the bottom. And now a little bit wavery for some of the drivers. That dirty air starting to feel like a wind tunnel. And now the 23 and 21 trying to make that inside line work. 3 Fords and a Chevy. And then a Ford. That's how your top 5 looks. 17 up into the wall. Everybody's going back to avoid. Jeremy Robbins back. Woo, man. No caution. Able to hold on to it. Now there's a caution. Big checkup. The big one happens right there on the backstretch. Holy cow. You saw it in the corner. Holy goodness gracious. 13 laps is what it took. Man, oh man. Let's go back, take a look real quick. Oh, the 2 and the 15 get together. And just a lot of smoke there. It probably will look worse than what it was. Go back here real quick. And that was the, let's go and we're going to stop that right there. So that was Ryan Cliver right here. Let's take a look. Here's what happened here. There's a 4 there, 43. Oh, the 15 hit the wall, or hit the apron, got loose. And the 2 was right there. They would have been fine. I think the 15 just hit the bumper right there. And man, oh man, that is what happened there. So a little reset going on for a couple of drivers. They're going to have to come in, get some damage repaired. I didn't see any fast repairs there. So, man, what a situation. That is a situation. Let's do this real quick. We're going to pull in that's Richard Hurst. That's what happened there. Let's take a look from the, let's go to his cockpit point of view. He's right here. Ooh, gets off the, ooh. Had a big run right there and kind of gets on the brake a little bit, taps into the corner. And that is what made that happen. When he did, that slowed up all that progression to go from 180 miles an hour, 182 miles an hour into a corner down to what looked like just looked huge. Just looked huge. Well, a good wreck. Well, that happens. Everybody coming to pit road. Except for Charles Van Schaik. He is not coming to pit road. Randy Henshaw not to pit road as well. So the 23 and the 21 are going to stay out. Zirkle, Abrams, Schilling, McKinney. That's Cody Mckinney in the number 1. He's coming off of pit road this time. And there's the 18 of Joey McKinney as well. Drivers getting some stuff fixed. Well, Jerk's going to be one of those guys. He stayed on pit road a little bit longer to get some things fixed. Not a bad idea. Opportunities for everybody. The dang sponsor was in that wreck. You know, don't do it. Steve, are you here, man? There you are. Van Schaik's going to be your race leader here this time by. They're going to go and kind of chill out. 3 caution laps for super speedways. So you have the lap, the caution happens, and then 1 more to catch back up to the pace car. Then usually 1 for the fuel cycle, and then they go back to double file and they get back at it. First caution was a good one, and it was good awareness. Jeremy Robbins was up into the wall a little bit. You see the right side damage, and he was able to keep it off the wall. Everybody was keeping it clean. I think there was just a big checkup that happened right there that forced all of that speed to kind of match itself. And when it did, they got back to they got back to that bottom corner. The 15 hits the bottom of the racetrack, and that's what happened. It sent it around. Let's go RHR, says Brody Allen out there. Do they get fast repairs? I don't see any fast repairs. I don't see that at all in the session. So, no, I don't think so. Richard Hurst in on pit road getting some damage fixed. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, they're getting repaired here, folks. Keaton Swain's going to be there. The little engine smoke coming from some of the drivers as we're seeing. There's Richard. 48 of Zachary Johnson there as well. Jewel. Looks like he's having some good stuff. All right, let's line them back up. We're going to knock them back down. And right now, 19 drivers still out there. A couple of drivers getting some stuff fixed. Every position is a point, so I always encourage drivers, no matter how you look at it, to never give up. and that's what they're doing. Henshaw, 21, your pick for the win, says Brody. Big old move. And Elfash prepares. Lights are starting to come on here at Daytona. We start at in the daytime. We're going to finish at the nighttime. And the pace car is going to drop in here. 15 of 80 being completed as we speak. 65 lap shootout to the end. 23, 21, 9, 61. Root again. We're gone. One more time. One help call it. Are you out of the race? Steve, who's that? Who's out of the race? Also, oh man, we got a little bit of action here. 23 didn't have the start that he wanted. Drop into place here. 21 up high. So the 23 and the 21 didn't have that start that they needed. And now the 21 has the 9 to the outside. You can jump in. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Just have to move some stuff around, but you are... He was in the race. 61. Here it is. Out of the race, man. Anthony Zirkle here. The number 61, your race leader, Schilling to the bottom side. The 23 of Van Schaik. Then we have the 21 of Henshaw to the high side. Changing lanes. Here he is. Let's pull you over here real quick. Let me switch some things up and now. Terry, I got you, man. Are you there?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Oh, another day. Hey, so walk us through what happened.
I mean, just check up in the front, and when you check up here, it's so hard to figure out what you're doing. And caught me, and I got it, but it's exciting, getting to be the sponsor of it, have bad luck in it, but coming out here and watching some truck racing for IVRL, what a better way to start the season, have your name up there and have the guy that you're promoting.
And that's exactly the way that I tell people. You just got to enjoy yourself and try to promote not only the league, but your Twitch channel is all over the screen, which I'm excited for. You guys asked if it was fine if that happened. I was like, man, are you kidding? I support gamers. I may call races, but this is all what it's all about, and it's good to see. 61, the one, they are side by side for the lead here. And it looks like they're trying to get that waving out of place. Being single file, 180 miles an hour, putting the nose of these trucks to the back bumper, kind of intimidating. It looks like right now for some of these drivers.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the transition, or you talked about it on the stream, going from daytime to nighttime. The track's hot. It has it doesn't have a lot of grip. You're not going to be able to make the moves you think you're going to be able to make. So you see them weaving back and forth. They just don't have the tires. And some of these guys who stayed out, it's hard to get it, especially with rear traction.
As much as they need the space right here, and that's what I tell people all the time. Whenever I get in and I race or I call races, I look at where. A little bit loose for the 1 right there, a little shove for the 18. You're not able to pull the vehicle with you as much as you think that you're going to when it comes to not just the trucks, but that aero dependency. Once you leave that, you get 3 feet in front of you in that truck. That truck that is in front of you is going to slow way down. And we're talking about nighttime is the right time for all racing. But these trucks are only going to get faster as the cooler temperatures happen to the track.
Yeah, we're just going to get faster and faster. And watching these guys come around this track, I mean, you see the 61 trying to hold the bottom, the 1's trying to hold that top, and everybody's wanting to push. Everybody's wanting to go. I mean, they just saw the big wreck happen, and it's not stopping them from wanting to be aggressive. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing for both of us broadcasting this race. You get to see the most high-octane racing you have, and IVRL is just the place for it.
International Virtual Racing League 118. You see the pull off right there for the 61 and the 87. Schilling there to the bottom side, making things move quite profusely for the 61. He is all over the back bumper, and right now you got to watch that bottom yellow line. If you don't put your tires on that yellow line coming through the tri-oval, it'll send you around.
Yeah, that's the problem that happened with that wreck. People wanted to get to the apron, and that's just a product of people pushing too hard. You have to know the certain points on where you can push. And through the trial was not one of them. Coming into one, you can give just a little shot, but not a whole lot. And you back it up in the center of the corner. And right off the exit, if you can get that momentum to push them off the exit of 3, that's your race-winning move. Whoever that second car is to give that launch-off exit, that's your race winner hands down tonight.
Well, we're going to follow along inside the cockpit of the 87 here, right behind Zirkle, the number 61. Is you watch what Zirkle's doing. The 87 is trying to match the movements into the corner, into that triangle. You see how far away that from that line Zirkle is. He doesn't want anything to do with it, and Schilling is just trying to match what his what that windshield or that real spoiler is doing. And Zirkle kind of just drives his line. Zirkle just needs to look forward, keep driving, and let everybody else behind him do whatever they're doing.
Yeah, it's smart of what Zirkle's doing. I raced with him. I actually have broadcast the league Wolf Pumps Truck Series Wednesday nights. He's one of the guys in there, and if you stay off that yellow line, you can't hit it. I mean, you just can't hit it, and you're also defending the middle lane. So you're kind of playing defense and offense at the same time, and it keeps anybody from going up there. It's the old Michael Waltrip Dale Jr. tango they got going on right now.
17 up high, a little bit of lap traffic coming here as they start to work in, so the 17 is going to be able to pick up a spot here. They knew that he was coming, and you saw the separation of a few drivers. The 21 of Henshaw made a move there, went up to third, falls back to fifth here, but the 17 is going to be able to pick up a line, and now they're going to go back to 2x2, and you're going to see the 21 and the 18. It looks like the 18 of McKinney right there. He is Joe McKinney trying to make the inside line, work with the 21, work himself back to the front. But I tell you what, the 86 is going to pop his nose out there. They're almost 3 wide again.
These guys have no quit in them. That's what I love about IVRL. They come out here, they put on a show. And it's not just a show for you, it's a show for these fans. You got 13 people out there in the chat having a good old time, enjoying what they got going on. I'm pretty sure 2 people told us both to hydrate. So, I mean, my wife and Kirby wants us to drink some water.
That's what I do. I've got all of that right here. Twitch is... I started with Twitch whenever I first did this, and then Facebook kind of took off for me, so I had to focus on Facebook for a little bit. But I do all 3 platforms: Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, which I appreciate. Follow Kirby Racing for following out there as well. Thank you for I do hydrate as much as possible. Folks know that I just had a big battle with COVID, so now here I am. Back to broadcasting again, a new league, new series, new season. We're seeing all of this exciting racing happening as the 86 of Marabello comes down and takes the lead away from Zirkle. We do have another lap truck up here. He's going to be a factor, the 48, trying to get some laps in. Holds it against the wall, trying not to cause any more damage to that truck. And he's back in line, so he's going to pick up the 17 on the same lap.
Yeah, these guys are just, I mean, they're holding it pretty steady. I mean, we went 12 laps, actually 14 laps, no cautions whatsoever, and it just takes one mistake. These guys have learned from it. We're on lap 25 right now, coming around to complete that lap, and they're able to sit there and just have perfect communication with one another. You tell the person, I'm going to shove you here, and they have the utmost confidence that they can do it. But I'm very surprised that the high lane worked the way that it did right there. To shove the 86 got to get in front of the 61. Oh, the 61 got real aggressive right there and gave a huge shove to him down the back straightaway.
Well, the 21 of Henshaw, he looks like he needs to come to pit road sometime soon. 24 laps on his cycle. And we're going to see him come to pit road, and we're going to have to at least see Tyler Werner, the 33. He's going to have to come to pit road as well. These guys on 25 lap cycles right now. They're on a whole different animal. Everybody else came to pit road on lap 13. They've got 12 laps on their tires right now. They've got a little bit of ways they can go. Different strategy, different way to win here.
There's a lot of different ways to win here at Daytona. I mean, yeah, it's just people say, oh, it's just a restrictor plate race. But you said during the stream, while I was listening along, sitting on pit road, don't give up. There's no sense in stopping what you can do. You can control your destiny tonight. Tonight's either going to propel you for a championship run or it's going to crush it. Unfortunately for me, I was out early. But I use the excuse I'm just a broadcaster, so it works for me. You know, I can wreck out lap 1. Hey, man, I'm just a broadcaster.
I do it all
and
the
people
time.
go, oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. He wrecked. But for these guys out here racing up front, they have to realize that you're going for max points in this race. The person who comes out of here has an advantage and a leg up on the competition going into some of the harder tracks. And these guys are showing it.
They talk about it. It does take a lot of skill to be able to run these tracks. And part of what I see with super speedway racing, some people call it a crapshoot. For me, it's a crapshoot. I don't know if I'm going to finish dead last or fifth. I'm okay with that. It's understanding the racing line, understand the racetrack. 27 up 80 right here. Henshaw utilizing maybe he was thinking there was going to be another caution, but right now we're going to have a few drivers peel off. So three of the drivers going to be working together. Looks like they're going to peel off and come to pit road. And Tyler Werner, Van Schake's going to come to pit road as well. Joey McKinney, the number 18, is going to be the leader on the outside. Schilling is your hero, says Miller out there. Good to see that. Appreciate you very much. Not only my chat's the chat is showing, so you know what? We're going to do that. There's the chat. Chat's going to refresh, and it's going to do its thing, so you guys are going to be able to see the comments out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Joined in the broadcast booth by the man himself, VOLSFAN88, the guy that sponsored the race, Terry Radford, out here. He was out early, had a little bit of an issue, but, it happens. It happens. We're broadcasters, right?
That's it. We're just broadcasters, and we have a little bit of fun. I mean, yeah, I came out here to race, and I wanted to have some fun in it, and it was good getting out there with the guys. Most people see me go into the chat or in the stream, and they go, "Oh God, this guy's racing." Well, we didn't get to race very long, but we had a good plan. A lot of these guys have the plan of let's ride in the back. Some guys have it, let's push at the beginning. I mean, you see the guys up front, the 18, 86, 9, and 61. Their goal was to go and lead every single lap of this race, and they're making it happen. They haven't left the top four very much this race.
James Jett, one of the biggest movers of the race. He and Derek Schilling up double digits. There's the number 43 following along on the inside. He's right behind the 87. We saw the 87. We have seen the 87 up front, and now he's sitting kind of mid-pack with that 6th and 7th spot. But Jett here, the number 43, you see how much room between he and the 1. He's assuming somebody's going to take that spot because he's given a lot of room there for the drivers, and he's going to start closing the distance back down here on the inside lane. Right here, now he's going to be 5th in line. The 9's going to lose a lot of ground. Abrams to the outside of him.
That 9 truck is not able to hold it full throttle. It doesn't look like up there with the 20. I mean, right up his tailgate. He is shoving the fire out of him to get that. But the 43 and 68 are making a very smart decision. Stay off. Just stay off that car, because you have the temptation here to go and push the pusher. And that's the biggest mistake people make. Don't push that pusher. And if he can keep at least a truck length back, he has a chance. He has a chance to be there at the end, and that's all you could hope for in these restrictor plate races that they just came to complete lap 29.
87 is up 23 spots. So the 87 started at the back of the field. He's in 4th right now. We've got James Jett now up 18 spots. 5 spots separated the difference between the two drivers. And now we're starting to see that single file racing. Some folks might be thinking about, when is my next pit cycle? When am I going to come to pit road? Who am I going to come to pit road with? Who can I work with to make it all the way to the end of the race?
Well, the fuel strategy here that people don't realize is you can make this go on 22 laps. 22 laps is the fuel distance, as we saw Henshaw come down because he was the leader. He had to clutch it. I mean, that's a big thing with these clutches, as the 6 is up the back bumper of that 4. And, man, they got squirrely in that tri-oval. It almost became the big one, number 2, and that would have taken some heavy hitters out tonight.
Well, you want to make sure that you're a little bit loose there. It looks like he's about to be free. The 4 turning into the corner right there. Fastest lap of the race ran by Nash Fry this last time by the number 6. So I think he's starting to figure some things out. 47.96 is the fast lap of the race, and he's doing exactly that, trying to make sure that he is all over the back bumper of the 4 here. But you watched how the rear end of the 4 of right there, it stepped out on him, and now he's got the 61 for a little bit of a side draft.
These guys are, I mean, they're being a little more patient than they were there for a little bit as we came back to the green flag. And I'm looking at your chat, and I keep seeing all these familiar names. It's like I'm on my channel right now, and I'm calling it to somebody I've never called a race with you, so I can cross you off my list that we called the inaugural race. You might have missed 12 laps. We can make up for it.
That's all right, man. I appreciate you stepping in here. For those who don't know, I typically call races. Sometimes I have co-commentators, sometimes, but most of the time I don't. It's just one of those things that when you get an opportunity to call, if somebody's like, hey, I wrecked out, can I come call a race? I'm never going to say no. You know, this is a platform for you guys to, not just for me, but for everybody to get out there and have a little bit of fun. That's kind of what this is all about. Of course, yes, they do pay for broadcasters out there, but realistically, you know what I want to do? I want to make sure that they have a good time, and I appreciate you jumping in here. I appreciate the chats out there as well. Out there giving some love to you as well. 24 minutes of damage on Twitch, says Ford Tough 1982. All the chats are live for Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Signature Esports. Make sure that you go and you give Volsfan a follow. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much as well. But if you're 61 making moves there, man, oh man. But if you're familiar with Signature Esports and you don't know who VOLSFAN88 is, make sure you go give that channel a follow as well. 68 Proser 47.66, new fastest lap of the race, and we talk about the cooling temperatures and how the nighttime is the right time. They're starting to run faster times, faster laps, and that wind tunnel effect is really starting to. Imagine a big cylinder around these trucks. That's exactly what you're seeing here as they continue to move forward. Zirkle, Marbella, McKinney, Schiller, Prosser, Bulk, Jet, Fry, McKinney, Gobble. There's Nutt back there, the 77, trying to make moves as well.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are trying to get up to the front. It's interesting to see. You talked about how the racing would go. You know, how it would get faster and faster, and you keep saying that the lap times of these guys rolling along, some of their best lap times, they're all in the 47s, minus a couple who had a little bit of damage or a little bit of issues. But these guys are making it happen. The track's starting to gain a little bit more grip. It's gaining that speed, and these truckers are gaining confidence. We're 35 laps into this race, and they haven't had the second wreck. Hopefully that's not the commentator's curse. But they're running as many as they can, because when the end comes, it's survival of the fittest. Who can stay up front? Who can make this truck be one piece as they get squirrely down the back straightaway?
Man, a little bit of waving going on for the drivers as we're following along right here. That's the 77 on the high line driving that Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra right behind the one. He's running that higher line. Daytona and Talladega, they say, well, there's only two or three lines here. Well, there's three technical lines here for the drivers, and as they come around here to complete lap 36, you're seeing some of them utilize an arcing turn on the high line, so they're going to be closer to the outside of the wall, and then they drop themselves in to be flat in that mid lane. And watching the 77, that's exactly what he is doing. He is up close to the wall, comes down into the mid lane, and then sucks up back to the back of the one. And right now, some lap traffic in the way for him as they are going to start, man, they're starting to make some moves here. Look at that long shot down the backstretch. 3 wide, turn 3.
Yeah, 3 wide, turn 3. Anthony Zirkle in the 68 here, and the 4. They're not scared to throw caution to the wind, and now it's 3 by 3 from 4th on back. They are putting on a show, and they're doing it just that. We're about to hit that halfway point, my friend, and it is getting wild.
Halfway mark, about 3 laps away, completing lap 38 of 80. Strategy is a factor here, but they're going to have at least one more green flag pit stop after the one they're going to be having here in just a moment. Schilling's going to be your race leader. Marbello, the 86 right behind him. Looks like teammates going to try to work together. Zirkle, McKinney, Prosser's going to be there in 5th. Jay Gimble out there says, sorry, couldn't make it, but they're in spirit. When I tell you what, you be in spirit, my friend. It's absolutely amazing. 21 to the high side of the 18. Nobody giving up any room.
They are moving, and for Gimble out there, he just got engaged today, so happy engagement to you, my friend. For me, 2 years of being married to a lovely woman who just enjoys it. As the 6 goes around, he's in the grass at Daytona.
Oh, the 6 in. Whoa, holy goodness. He's holding on to it. He's trying to hold on to it. No caution because he was being shoved. He was right there with the 4. The 4 is your technical race leader. Fry was right there with him. They were working together. The teammates trying to work together. A little right side damage as everybody was coming to pit road. I was watching pit road entrance there as pretty much everybody was was in. We had two drivers that decided they were going to stay out. Corbin Blake right behind the 21 here has the 33 with him. Corbin Blake has Randy Henshaw. Henshaw would be a technical last car in the lead lap right there with the 4. And I believe 4 is going to come to pit road. He's going to have to come to pit road.
Yeah, most of these guys are trying to play this strategy as much as possible. 4's going to stay on the track for another lap out here. Interesting move that he has two technical lap cars there. Like you said, last car on the lead lap right in front of him. He's playing it smart.
First car 1 lap down behind him.
Yeah, first car 1 lap down behind him. He's playing it smart. He's staying on the back bumper of Randy right there. You don't want to piss the league owner off, the guy that runs the place. So he's just staying tucked in behind, saving some fuel, doing what he can, because who knows? Maybe that lap, maybe the green-white checkered, that could be the determined factor. We could be saying, man, what was the race-winning move? And we'll go back to lap 39, coming to lap 40, where he stayed on the racetrack 3 laps longer than anybody else, but he is now a sitting duck.
He's going to need a lot of room here. He's got they've got a lot of drivers together. Some of these drivers that are competing for spots here as they're coming back to the race lap. Marabello, 40.1 seconds in third, behind the number 4. But the number 4 now has a 5-pack of vehicles here. As you see some smoke in and out coming off of pit road. It looks like somebody might have blown an engine head. Oh, they did. Stephen McLennan had to jump to pits. Looks like he had an issue there. We'll go back and take a look at that on his lap 30 in just a moment. I think he blew his engine. It looks like the 4. He's complete. Let's look at I want to look at the pit strategy before he hits there real quick. 27 laps for Bulk, 27 laps for Fry, and this time he's got to come to pit road.
Yeah, he's going to have to come down. But it's a smart move that he's playing. He's banking on a caution. He's hoping that somebody will wreck, because if somebody wrecks, he's in the catbird seat, because he stays up front. Everybody's going to come down. People are going to get on the same strategy as the leader. But him coming down right now, just a lone truck. He's the only guy out there that's going to have to make this work. And when the pack catches him, it's game over for that 4.
Yeah, he just missed his pit stop.
He overshot it.
Yeah, 87 in third right now. He's going to be trying to catch up to Fry, who's in on pit road as well. Corbin Balk comes off of pit road right now, so he's going to have to try to get himself up to speed into the corner as fast as he can here, because right now, 189, 190 miles an hour trucks are crossing the tri-oval, and McKinney's going to be there to the outside. So the battle right now is the 87 and the 1 coming into the corner. The 4, Corbin Balk, still the race leader technically, as 4.5 seconds is about to be swallowed up.
4.5 seconds gets swallowed up real fast here. However, you have a pack of 8 sitting there on top of it. Yeah, they're 2 by 2, and here the 4's coming off of pit road now. But can he stay in the draft? Because they're just going to muscle on by him on the outside, but can he hold the bottom? Because they're going to have to check up to him. He's not going to check up for them to just let him rocket on by as they all go to the top, and he might be able to catch the tail end of this before it's over.
He's up to speed, and he is going to be there. He's going to be right there on the inside line, right behind the 87. That's going to be the pass that they're going to see here. So Abrams is going to be your race leader, the Ford on the outside, trying to make that 86 or 68 give him a push there. So trying to make that work. 24 Gobble right behind him. The 9 takes up the lead. He makes that situation a lot less of an issue. When I say that situation, it was a lot less of an issue there for them, because they were able to anticipate what was happening, and they got themselves around the 4. The 4 able to pick up the draft right there at the tail end of these 8 drivers. The 9 was able to move himself to the high line, keep that high line for himself, but wasn't able to bring the 68 with him.
Yeah, that 68 has a beautiful, I love the font. I think it's the old Dale Jarrett font, if I'm not mistaken. The Crown Royal car, the Jeff Gordon throwback paint scheme. I mean, these guys put a lot of work in this IVRL to make the broadcast even more better than it's going to be. Your camera angles are phenomenal. I love what we got going on here, and what a good way to bring in the first race of the season right here on Signature Esports.
The platform of all platforms for iRacing, that's what I call it. Hey, either way. The VOLSFAN88 200 here. Daytona International Speedway. That is a pretty wicked little font. I do like the number 9 right there. The 68 of Prosser to the outside. Thank you to everybody out there for all the new follows, all of the stuff out there. Remember, this is all about VOLSFAN here. Make sure that you go and give him a follow on his Twitch channel. I would appreciate you if you did that. That's a big favor to me. Thank you to everybody doing what you do out there. We try to make sure that we have a lot of fun here. At least we make the attempt to do it. Super Speedway Racing, 45 laps in, and they're coming around. Man, oh man, there's still this big old group right here. We talk about big old group. 8 drivers. There's Marabello right there. The number 86 bringing up the. He doesn't know which lane he wants to be in because right now, and they're playing a game of leapfrog. The 4 with the 1 to his front. The 87, the 86 is going to be right there behind him. Zirkle, the 60, bringing a whole group of folks too. If you see it right here, there's 7 drivers, and they are all together, and they are coming as well.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 packs formed, and that's what this pack racing brings, and especially during green flag pit stops. The moment one guy checks down, everybody else goes with them, unless you're what these guys are doing. These guys are sitting back here. They're playing just a smart game. Stay in a line. You don't have to be overly aggressive. If you go racing one another back here in the second pack, you're not going to catch the lead cars. But with Anthony Zirkle leading it, he was very fast in qualifying. He had the pole, so obviously he has speed alone. So him pulling this train, just a genius move in the 18, staying hard on that bumper.
He is right there. Straight line goes faster than kind of what's going on up here. There's a lot of different maneuvers happening here. Everybody, the way that I look at it is Zirkle this time maybe a little bit slower on this lap, but if the more that these guys fight up here, the more of an opportunity that Anthony Zirkle and this little group right here, if they continue in a straight line, use that bottom line as much as possible, try to tuck it in, they'll be able to catch. But right now they're falling off pace just a little bit, and I think that has something to do with the leapfrog going on here. Ford Todd, thanks for the follow out there. Appreciate you very much out there on Twitch. You're absolutely amazing.
Guy's a really good broadcaster in himself. Thinking about pulling him over for a couple guest appearances on the channel. Might have to get you for a couple guest appearances too. Kind of show some love back for you. Let me come call a race up here. But it's not often two good people get together and call one of these races, and especially the guy that gets get wrecked for having fun. But it happens, and people in my ear quoting Talladega Nights. What a good movie.
Yeah, that's it's kind of when I think super speedway racing, I'm like, oh, help me, Tom Cruise, help me. That's exactly what I do. Brian, thanks for being out there. George Jewel became a follower on Facebook. You're amazing. Shasta, of course, Shasta, you always getting out there and liking some things. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'd love to join you. I'd love to be able to throw some love back to everybody. I want to make sure that folks know that they say it's a cutthroat industry to be an iRacing broadcaster, when realistically, if you're not doing it for fun, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. This is not a lucrative thing here. This is about knowing the racetrack, knowing what you're doing when it comes to being able to tell a story. And these guys are telling a story for us. The IVRL Truck Series, and this is the first season I'm broadcasting the IVRL, and they're not disappointing, to say the least. More races to come tomorrow night. A reminder that we're going to have the eNASCAR Racing Association. That's going to be tomorrow night about 8:30 Eastern. That's usually when that starts. Wednesday night we're going to have the KPTV Next Gen Series. Thursday, the championship race for the signature eNASCAR Truck Series. That's going to be at Homestead Miami Speedway. The Drinking Bros signature eNASCAR Xfinity Series on Friday. Then we have the round of 8 wrapping up on Saturday. That's going to be right back here. That's for the signature eNASCAR Cup Series. All the stuff that we've got doing there. We're wrapping up our seasons, and we're going to be kind of taking a latter part of the break at the end of the week. So it's kind of, things are kind of wrapping up. New beginnings, new endings. Zach, you're in.
You sound like a busy man. My schedule's pretty simple. I just call a race on Wednesday night. And next season, I get to call a race on Tuesday. Oh, 9 almost went around right there.
I was just looking at that. I was just looking at that on my relative. I was checking up on Zach's truck right there. Wanted to see how he was doing. And the 9 gets a little bit of a little wiggle right there. That was a little bit insane. Remember, stay away from that bottom line. That's kind of the way it's going to be. Now, if you are any of these drivers and you know that you can make it 22, 23 laps, do you change your strategy here, come in on 53, 54 to put yourself good to the end?
I would, but what I'm curious with is what the Ford did. The Ford stayed out multiple laps. That's going to put him good for green-white checkers, and that's something that I always look at restrictor plate racing. You see the 86, the 4, and the 9 all right here in a bunch. They're just shoving each other as much as possible. He put himself in the catbird seat because if we do get a caution and we have a green-white checkered, he's good for at least 2. He put himself in that boat, and now he can pit on lap 60 or lap 62 to make it to the end with some overtimes as well, as he dips the 86 to go down to the bottom in front of the 80 in front of the 86. Here he goes to the lead.
Let me tell you what, the 86 and the 9 working together. McKinney's been number 1 here, has been absolutely thrilling to watch. He's just been patient. I bet he's got nerves of steel, rocks of steel, because, man, he's just been sitting there. This is exactly what we're used to seeing. And he's 4th on the highline right now, or 3rd on the highline right now as 86 drops down to watching the 9. He's just trying to match that red mark on the back of his truck. There's Abrams together, and I'm sure the 1Xs are plenty. As you're seeing this kind of turn into what's going on here. Here's a look at the Overton Speed Shop logo on the back of this bumper. You see how it's kind of dented in a little bit there, but that's how close these drivers are. They can almost reach out and high-five each other.
Yeah, they can almost reach out and high-five it, but these guys are just so smart when it comes to here. When you talk about Cody Mckinney, he's one of the guys that's behind the scenes. He does the dirty work. He's not afraid to get his hands in it and do what he has to do to make the league better. Him and Randy Henshaw put a great league here. All the admin team that is a part of this season and the type of racing, the schedule, is just hands down phenomenal. And I can't thank him enough for letting me come over here and race. So I'm glad all the fans get to come out here and talk about how great of a race this is to call. We just love it. Chesterfield, Virginia's own, man. You can't get no better than that.
Cody Mckinney, the number 1 truck there to the outside. He's driving a Ford inside the top 5. 4 Chevys and a Ford, and Cody Mckinney the next Ford in the mix. First Toyota, it's going to be looping up right here in the back. The number 77 Peoria driver here, young man out there. Lap traffic coming off of Pete Road, maybe trying to himself up to speed. But there is the number 77, first Toyota driver, and then Riley Marabello, the number 86, is your race leader. Corbin, I tell you what, I'm curious to see. Corbin keeps scrubbing that yellow line, and he's not really pulled himself away from the 86 as far as how that bottom line works. So I think he's using a little bit of that draw that you get from that leader to really pull that truck back and pull everybody to him.
Yeah, I'm just very curious. We haven't seen a whole lot of side drafting in this race so far, and I'm sure it's going to progress over the time as we begin. I believe people have already started to come down pit road for their scheduled pit stops. As you did say, lap 54 could put you potentially towards the end of this race, especially being in the draft. People don't realize how much fuel you actually can save here because you only have to go about 25% throttle around this racetrack. And right now, I still can't get over what the 4 has been able to do. He puts himself in P number 3, about to be in 4 as the high lane is really starting to make some momentum. These 3 trucks up top are bad, fast.
KPTV 75, my buddy out there, Mr. Poinier, how are you doing, my friend? He's out there. He says this has been a great race to watch. KP, make sure you go follow VOLSFAN88 for me. I know that you'll do that. You're amazing, brother. Appreciate you very much. It's been a great race to watch. It's been a lot of fun to see. And these guys they're not done yet. 25 laps to go. Actually, it says 2 IVRLs. Why doesn't it say 2? We're going to fix that real quick. You know, sometimes you can't control what your overlays do, but you try. 25 to go here. The 9 to the outside. 86 of Marlbello to the inside. The 1 of McKinney. Balk is going to be there as well. There's the 77 of Nat Prosser in the 68. That's 1, 2, 3 rows for you. The 24 of Gobbles there. The 87 of Schilling there. Man, we're talking about names here, but more names that we have to talk about. There's Anthony Zirkle, the number 61. He's still pulling that line together right behind him. And they're still trying to, he's now down to 5 trucks, it does look like. So he's going to be pulling another vehicle here very soon. Woo, a little wiggle from the 18 as we're seeing these 5 try to close some of that distance. Right now, the distance is about 15 seconds. And they had something there. Let's go 61. Definitely will. Thank you, KPTV. Appreciate you very much. That's Kelly Pointy. Pointy Motorsports, Pointy Motor Supplies. Make sure you go to PointierMotorsupplies.com. I'm going to give him a plug because he's an absolute beast. He's also got a streaming channel out there. Something like 10,000 followers on Facebook. You're freaking awesome. 61, get some love with Pumps out there. Abrams outside, little race lead. He's got a little blink going on, but he'll be all right. He looks to be all right.
Yeah, Nye's doing a wonderful job out here, 2x2 for the first 6 positions. And then you have the 24, and you have, I believe that would be the 87 back there. They're all sitting there in a line, and I'm still just shocked at the fact that the 3 trucks up top have the speed that they've continued. The Ford's up on that high lane, and I believe 1 Chevy, or the Toyota, I'm sorry, 2 Fords and a Toyota pushing their way to the top. Shout out there to them boys at Wolf Pumps. My guys come out and support tonight. It's always good to see y'all in a chat, no matter what channel I'm on. Tonight I get to be the co-guy of the race. My name's on it. But, hey, we're out here. We're having a great time, and it looks to me as if they're starting to set up for green flag pit stops. People are shoving to the bottom. I would expect them in 1 lap.
22 laps to go here. Daytona International Speedway, iRacing, the platform for all racing here. I've been able to talk to folks about the different types of games that they, or simulators that they've played. As Harvey Abrams is your race leader here. iRacing has been nothing but kind of a good little. I would say it's really come to brought sim racing together when it comes to oval racing. And I do, of course, I'm a bigger fan of other games like F1 when it comes to road racing and stuff like that. But as I'm looking at what we're seeing here, the progression that NASCAR has helped iRacing make, and the money they've been able to invest into this, these folks, they're allowing everybody to have that kind of good mentality, the good camaraderie. I'm seeing a lot of these chatting it up out there. Zachary talking about his wreck out there. That pack, get that pack moving. Zerk says Turgenatis out there. Folks, this is what it's all about. And if you're not a part of iRacing, make sure that you go to iRacing.com, sign up for a subscription, get yourself in here, get through those rookie sessions, find yourself a league like these guys, and make sure that you do what you can to be a part of the esports platform, that camaraderie. We're seeing the 9, the 1, you see this lap traffic coming up. This is the speed difference between 4 and 7 drivers as they come around, or 8 drivers. I'm going to take that back to number 4 if Balk falls and finds himself to the back. Now, Balk right here could have an advantage with some of these drivers that are right there. We've got Anderson, we've got Fry there, we've got Werner there. These guys are working together, but we're seeing. Oh, there's Anthony Zerk. These guys are coming to pit road this time by. But the Ford's going to be able to run extra laps. We were talking about that just a little bit ago, and if he's going to be able to run a couple extra laps, he's got some drivers out there that are a lap down at the moment that have already been on the pit cycle.
Yeah, those guys will definitely be a huge advantage to kind of help him. We saw it earlier in the race when he was around Randy and around a couple other guys that were a lap down, and he was able to keep the speed. There was no issue with the speed on his end with the 4. Now if he could just keep those lap down cars, and I would say the beautiful Camel cigarette Chevrolet or Ford he has right there, wonderful paint scheme. I love it as Anthony Zirkle and them come off the pit road. It's 19 to go. I hear people in my ear telling me they're pitting this lap, which is a good sign to hear that they know that they can make it. A lot of people have swapped around, played the game of tandeming. They're swapping leaders. They're swapping cars around to save as much fuel as possible. And this is crunch time. This is the money stop. Unless there's a caution coming out, this is it for the race. Only time will tell, can they hold it off? Or is this 9 going to get freight train coming on the pit road?
That's what we're watching. This is Harvey Abrams, Lugatti, Tennessee, or Lugatti, Indiana. Look how far they spread. Everybody wants on pit road at the same time. They go from big funnel to little funnel, down speed, trying to make sure they're down to 60 miles an hour before they hit pit road. And right now, I'm going to make sure that's another thing. Pit road speeding penalties, huge for super speedways, because you're going from 185 miles an hour down to 60 miles an hour, 120-mile difference on those brakes. Very hard. Joey McKinney's going to be your race leader, the number 18. I'm kind of shocked. Corbin came to pit road with the leaders.
And the 87 got spun coming on to pit road. I don't know how much of a disadvantage that's going to give him here. Is he going to? I believe he's going to lose this pack. The 9 and the 4 made a huge jump. I was surprised, like you said, that he came on pit road with them, but he did. Here comes the 4, move him to the proverbial P2 position when that 18 does come down pit road. But incredible strategy happening right here.
KPTV went and followed VOLSFAN on. Appreciate you. There you go, KPTV. Appreciate it. Turn for Terry in the booth. Fireball Woody out there. Thank you very much. Hashtag Wolf Pumps out there. Much love to you. And Joey McKinney in on pit road this time by. So as things start to progress forward, Harvey Abrams is going to be bringing that group around. And the 18 of McKinney is going to be swallowed up here. He's going to fall to the back. Thank you for the follow out there, Fireball Woody. Appreciate you very much. Abrams, race leader, bulk behind Marabello. The 86 is going to be there. And you were talking about the 87, Derek Schilling. Well, he's got Charles Jurek with him. I do believe he's with him. Let me make sure that no, he's not. Charles Jurek's got a group of 5 with him. But Derek Schilling, he's off that pace. He was the 8th driver in that pace. He's in 8th spot right now. He's got 10 seconds of ground that needs to be gained back up to the race leader. And he's got 10 seconds behind him that needs to be soaked up as well.
This is only going to get more intense. I mean, we know there's not a lot of people in this lead pack. We only have about 7 cars sitting in it. But those cars or those trucks that are there are going to be hungry. The 4's aggressive. We've seen him make aggressive strategy moves. He hasn't been aggressive on the racetrack, but his bumper's been aggressive. His pit calling has been aggressive. Now can that aggression pay off? The 1 takes the lead. 24 is going to be on the high side. We're going to have the 68 of Steven up on the high side here. This is only going to get better as we come to 15 laps to go this time by.
The 24 finally getting himself out front. He's been patient as well. Another driver that you're seeing being patient out there. 24, 68 to the high side. They're moving, grooving. 77 is up there as well. I talked about Nupp earlier. He has made that Toyota work for him. Look at that spoiler on the rear of the 24. It is as concave as you could ask for. It looks like that. The 68's beating the back of that bumper to all getting caboodle, man. Look at that. That is absolutely insane. We'll take a look at that from the nose of the 68. Look at that.
That's what it takes to win one of these plate tracks. You have to be an aggressive pusher. A couple of these guys that were in here that I was having a conversation with on my team before we came in here said Derek was the best pusher. Derek, I know he got wrecked and he's up 19. He's in 8th right now, but he's aggressive as they go 3 wide. 168, 77 Toyota trying to make his way to the front. The lone man in that Toyota up top trying to figure it out. 24 is going to be on the bottom. Big wreck. Here comes the knob. He's spinning.
9's helicoptering around. There's the caution and only 1 standard out of that. That was... I didn't expect it. I honestly did not expect that. Let's go back real quick. And we're going to watch this. Here's the 9 right here. Harvey Abrams in that Toyota, in that Ford. We were talking about the way things work here. We're going to far chase view this so that way we can really, really have a good look at what happened. The 24 comes down because the 68 kind of, a little wiggle. How about a little wiggle? That's exactly what happened. The 9 wiggled up. The 68 was there, and there's the helicopter award for the day.
Yeah, what a spin he had, and that's crushing for a guy that had one of the most patient races of the season. I mean, we're going to look back on this race and go, man, who was the most patient guy in the race? And it would be a toss-up to me between the 24 and that 9. He was there when it counted. He knew what he had in front of him. It just took one small little mistake of just hearing your clear in your ear and just not by the slightest margin. He goes around, but that sets up for a big finish, as now all 14 still in the lead lap, and then make that 15 as Mr. Fry in the 6th is going to get his lap back. Do you pit or do you stay on this racetrack?
If I am anybody out there, I've got an extra set of tires, no fuel, come to pit road, get that extra set of tires, be able to hold that outside lane a little bit more calmly than the guys out there on older tires. Nash Fry's your lucky dog here. Daytona International Speedway. He's going to have an opportunity. Turn that fuel off. Get yourself in position. Gobble's going to be your race leader, the number 24 out there. And it was pretty pit new tires. Fireball Woody. Ouch, says Turgeon out there. You know what? I agree. Pit new tires, no fuel. Make that truck as light as possible with as much grip as you can get. And that's kind of the way it is. And those who know, if we have the opportunity to do it, you know that we're going to do it. I give it a helicopter award to everybody, and that's going to go to the number 9, who's on pit road, Harvey Abrams. He's going to be able to get some of that damage fixed and get back out there and try to you just have to be in the draft. We're talking about finishing position. That's what it's going to be. What did you miss? You just missed a small little wreck. Yeah, out there. It's a little wreck. Wasn't even a big one. But we'll give the helicopter to the 9. That's what we'll do here.
Not a big wreck at all, man. But it's interesting to see what the finish is going to shape up to be. Second caution of the race. That's incredible. I mean, we could go this entire race talking about how great it is to see them 2x2 and 3 wide and whatnot. But man, I think you might have gave that helicopter out just a little too soon. We're gonna have about 10 laps to go when they drop this green flag. There's going to be some wrecks.
It's my single truck award. That's why I give it out. It's just the one who does the most. So I'm going to give it to him.
Perfect.
And because if nobody gets it, then I give it to the field. I'm like, all right, well, that was a big wreck. Everybody gets it. But yeah, this guy right here, patient and it's kind of like that unfortunate circumstances. So I call my helicopter. It's absolutely insane. But he's coming off a pit road. He was able to get roughly about 1 minute and 30 seconds repaired there. So that was that's beneficial. He'll be able to suck back up to the draft. He's going to have to come back around and meet the field because we're back to 2x2, 2468, 477, 21. That's going to be the first 3 rows here. But everybody's soaked back up. We're talking about Nash Fry, who basically was able to get himself, he was wrapped up earlier whenever they came to green flag pit cycles, finds himself back in the mix now, able to soak back into that field, is going to be able to help the 4 like they were before.
I'm interested to see what that 9 can do, and I know what he's praying for, and if I was in his position, I'd be praying for the same thing. I'm hoping for a caution. I'm hoping for an early caution right off the jump, go back down pit road, get a little bit more of your optional repair done, and then find yourself in a better position to capitalize on who cannot finish this race. I have no doubt in my mind with 11 laps to go in this event, somebody's getting junked. I mean, the 4's pushing the 24. You got the 77 on the back bumper of that 68. Something's going to happen. All I got to say, hey, buddy, are you ready for the most exciting Daytona finish we're going to see?
It's going to be absolutely thrilling as the pace car dives off on the pit road. The 9 will be able to catch up to the field here. And they're green flag racing once again here. Daytona International Speedway, the 4 all over the bumper of the 24. Oh, man, look at the 77. Try to make the 68 his best friend. Shove, shove, shove. Who's through the gears faster? Who's going to be under the corner? Who's going to be able to take the backstretch with the lead? Because I think and we're going to go here. IVRL, pinkett4.org. Make sure you support that as well. Much love to all. See you guys out there on YouTube. Chat it up. Thank you very much.
3 wide. Look out. 3 wide.
You've lost all friends at this moment. It is nothing but teammates and who can be your buddy at the right time. Coming to 10 laps to go. The 24's friend is the 4 and the 21. You have no other choice but to make it happen. 77 is going to get shuffled out to the back. He's going to the back of the field. It's 3 wide in the back of this field. Somebody's checking up. They're about to wreck here.
Oh, they're doing, they finally get back to 2x2. The 77 able to hold it out on the wall. The 61 makes it, there's Zirkle right there making his way back to the front. He was trying to make sure that he was as clear as he could. Great situational awareness for all of the drivers. And right now, the 61 and the 68 are going to have to do some good here because they are falling behind on the high line. And the 21 is making moves. 68 trying to hold that outside line together. The 24, the 4, the 21, 86 inside line. That's where they're moving. There's Cody Mckinney in the number 1. He is making moves as well. He's back up to 9. Patience is key, but right now it's about to be prudence because the 24 and the 68 are about to get together. Holy goodness gracious. That was close.
That was super close indeed as these guys are putting it all on the line. Looks like the 68 is going, no, 24 is going to lead this lap, coming 9 laps remaining at Daytona. They're fanning out who is going to take the inaugural win of the IVRL Pinkett Ford 200 here at Daytona. This is just going to, I'm sweating.
I'm clutching my heart like it's about to explode. I'm nervous for the drivers. Cody Henshaw in 6th. He was 3rd, absolutely. Who is Kyle? Can I get a Kyle Kuzma up there on the broadcast? Go Kyle Kuzma. I don't know who that is, but we'll go for that. It's all for you. 68, 61 high line. 61. Oh, a little bit wiggle. A little bit loose. Big check up to the outside.
61's around.
Oh, they're going. They're going. And the caution's going to come out. Oh, man, everybody trying to avoid each other. Another wreck happens right at the end of it.
My goodness. And the 9 is saying hooray. I don't believe the 9 got caught up in that. He was so far back that gives him a chance to progress in his repairs. Oh my goodness. I mean, what a connection there.
Man, oh man, let's take a look here. This was the 61. We saw, actually, I've got to back this up. I'm going to rewind this so that way we can see the progression here. So the 61 was shoving the 68. You saw this happening from the back. Far chase view. Come on now. Clicker, work for me. There's the chase. So here, the 61 is shoving the 68. And the 68 just a little bit maybe just a little bit too much. And so the 61's right there. 68 frees up, comes down, little wiggle. So the 61 out of the throttle. And then as you see here, Anthony Zirkle having to get out of the gas a little bit there into the 4, 87. There's a little side by side for the 4. 4 is able to make it through, but man, then comes the carnage. 61, 87, then the 40. 40 trying to hold on. That's so difficult. 86 trying to come back up into the track, gets into the 77 there, and you can see all that progression. And these guys are making a ninja star here, trying to get themselves forward, and then just a little bit more. So more and more contact being made after the fact that it wasn't the 77. Looked like that might have been the 67. Who knows? Let's take a look at it live. We're at real speed. Here's what happened. 77 in there it is, and that's what it looks like from there. Nash almost
took out some really good cars. I mean, that took out some of the best on the field. Tough break for the guys that was collected in that, but big break for your leaders. A lot of people are going to get to save just a little bit, but there's not many of these trucks out here you can see without any damage on them. The 4, the 21, and the 24, 68, no damage on those things, and the 68 gets the lead. So our 2 guys in the top are up 13 positions at the front of this race, so anybody can win it from any position.
We talked about him earlier, too. James Jett, the number 43. He's got a little bit of nose damage here from all of that contact, but he's up 17 spots as well. Look at that guy. He's I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed. There's the 76 of Jurek right behind him. He's back in the mix. So that puts pretty much everybody. There was a Tommy Schaefer was going to be your lucky dog. He is going to be on lap 71 now, but Riley Marabello would have been the next guy in there as well. Luke Knupp going to be the last guy on the lead lap. He's sitting on pit road. Derek Schilling will be the last driver on the lead lap as we move some stuff around here. He's going to have to come back around and catch back up to the field. Steven Prosser is your race leader. They're back to lights off on the pace car, 2x2, 68, 24, 21, 443, and the one of McKinney. Man, oh man. It's not done yet. Not done yet.
I'm still a racer in this league, and I see my teammates up there, and I would love to be on that outside lane right now with my boys, Nick and Randy. Those guys are my teammates, and I can't say that I can't be unbiased in this one, man. I'd love to see the 24-21 go into victory lane this afternoon, but I got to call it fair. I got to call it impartial. You got some very fast guys right there. You got that 68. You got the 4. You got the 1. Those guys have shown speed. They've showed promise this entire race. But the fan inside of me, the teammate inside of me wants to see the top 2 guys be that 24-21. But only time will tell. 5 to go when they take this green flag. It's only going to get crazier.
I'm impartial to everybody. I think the 1's going to win it here. He's sitting in the right spot to do it, right there in 5th inside row. He's just going to make sure that they've got to be clean all the way through here. I don't know who's going to win. I'm impartial. I don't care who wins. This is fun.
I get to be the biased one for a second. I finally get to be biased on a stream and not have to be the leader. I can't wait to see what happens here. The top 2 leading this race are fast. Pace car's off, buddy. Let's go.
Pace car dies on the pit road. 5 laps to go. Here we are, Daytona. Series has been a fantastic one, and I tell you what, only a couple of cautions, but right now, whoa, another caution going to happen. Man, oh man. Joey McKinney right here, the 18 into the 6. Something was going on there. I think somebody might have been through the gears just a little bit too fast there. Here we go. Let's we have to, do what we do here. Far chase view. Maybe getting out of the trioval. Just had a good run here. Let's take a look. Nobody made the pass. 18 was there. Oh, he was like, I'm there. Oh, just a little bit of. That was close. I have to say that was close. 18 gets it into 3 wide. Was about to be clear. Was about to come down. And just a little bit of incidental contact right there. Little door rubbing. And that's what turns. He ends up getting turned because of it. So that's kind of how it goes.
I got the end car. I can listen to what these guys are saying. I can't repeat it on a stream that's PG, my friend. But my goodness, it is. If you jump I believe if you jump the start there, and it looks to me that he had just a little bit more momentum coming into the race. And he jumped, and he had such a great launch because he laid back just as much as he could to get around some of the guys that was a tad slower than he was, and it was not the right time. He had a good strategy, but it didn't pay out right there. 24 is going to take this lead. 68 is going to be P2, and then the 4 finds himself in 3rd still.
It's far from over. We're going to have a natural green-white checkered here for the series as they come around to meet the pace car. There'll be 3 laps to go. It should be a natural green-white checkered, I do believe. If not, it'll be the first attempt at a green-white checkered. It will be the first attempt at a green-white checkered. Yeah, folks, we try to do what we can. We try to make sure that it works. It was there. It was absolutely there. Gobble, Prosser, Henshaw. There goes your lucky dog. Is that Jeremy Robbins? That's Jeremy Robbins, 17, getting his lucky dog position back. So that's going to be another lap back for him as the 17 comes around. He's in 15th spot. Luke Nutt, the number 77, on pit road getting some stuff fixed. McKinney is getting fixed. Here he is. He's off to see the vet. He's getting some repairs. Derek Schilling in on pit road. Van Schaik on pit road as well. There's the number 23. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. The 23 was there. Nash Fry, the number 6, just got his lap back and now finds himself on pit road getting some stuff repaired. Goebel, thank you. Appreciate you. I didn't ask. So thank you. I didn't ask, and so thank you for the correction there. Goebel. Nick Goebel, the 24. All right. That's awesome. Okay,
I have a hard time pronouncing names too, man. But yeah, Wonder Bread said it wasn't the 18's fault. You know, I'm not blaming the 18. It was just he laid back just enough to get the start, and that's no fault of his own. He took the green. He did what he was supposed to do. But when he was there, and maybe it's just him and they made a little contact. Nobody's at fault on that one. It's just contact happens. And it's going to happen. It's restrictor plate racing, and somebody, if you go back, you lay on the restart, and then you get the jump. It's a natural progression in these type of events. And unfortunately, he was on the wrong end of the stick, and he finds himself on pit lane, and the rest of these guys are out here racing. But green-white checkered is not going to be fun for these guys.
We try to do the best that we can. I want to let everybody know that my last name is Followell. So with my last name being Followell, the way that it's spelled, it gets pronounced wrong all the time. So I do try my best to get everything right. Sometimes, you know, the English alphabet here, or the phonetic alphabet for myself, is just not, it's not the greatest, but we do what we can. I agree. I think that the way that it was progressing right there, he was 3 wide. He was about to be clear. There was just some door contact that kind of pushed the boundaries. He was going for it. He wanted to find himself in that top 5 position to be able to make a move. And right now we're going to have a green-white checkered 4th caution of the race. It's been a good one. It's been an exciting one. And for the time being, we're going to go back to it. Pace car's going to dive off on onto pit road here, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what these guys can do. We keep swapping the lead between the 24 and the 68. Who can get the overall push here? Who can be the guy that moves up? Now put Randy to 3rd. Pace car's off, man. Here we go. Green-white checkered.
Green flag waves. It's on the leader here as the 24 gets the jump. He's going to be able to get out front. He's going to be swallowed up very fast. That, sometimes jumping the gun there, it really hurts you. And 2 laps to go here in the IVRL. VOLSFAN88. Make sure you go follow him on Twitch, twitch.tv/VOLSFAN88. Tell you what, you're going to be able to find him, and he's going to have some great commentary. We might be able to join him here pretty soon. 24-21-4. That's going to be the 1, 2, 3. Man, they're going to get the white flag here. There, you know that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, I know what the 24 hopes to see. He hopes to see the white. He's got a guy behind him that's hungry for the win. The league owner in here, the 4. These guys are very hungry to get around. They're coming off of turn 4 for the second to last time. 24 is going to be eyeballing that white flag, hoping that he sees it. And yes, white flag's in the air, and they're wrecking.
Caution happens right before the white flag, so the caution will come out. You saw the white flag on my screen. iRacing said, nah. Here it is. And there it is. Man, Jarek was there. There's the 68, the 76. Oh, a little left-hand turn into the corner there. Oh, gracious. Hold on. Find this one again. That was insane. Jarek was on a move. He was down there behind the 4. Here's the far chase view. We love the far chase view. I think there was some side draft going on there. Oh, no, the 1 to the back. Oh, man, the 1 gets into Cody Mckinney. It's into the quarter panel of the 68 just a little bit there. It was a little touch. Man. One more time here. The 1. Oh, yeah. That was an oops. That was a big oops. One more attempt. You thought it was done. One more attempt at a green-white checker here. Man, oh, man, that was insane.
Only 4 survive. Actually, 5. 5 survived that incident with nothing. 6th on back, smoking. Just a trail of tears coming around. And like they just said in the chat, caution breeds cautions.
Yep.
I believe this is the last attempt.
I believe it is. I can't look at the race information to see if they have 1 or 2, or if they have 2 or 3. Hey, Wonder, actually, Jarek gave me a look earlier. Actually, messaged me to say how to say their name. So we're good on that one. Actually, that was one of the ones that reached out to me. Jurik is the easiest way to say it. So if I'm still pronouncing it incorrectly, well, somebody blew an engine. Thank you for the name, though. Appreciate it. I still appreciate it. Yeah, I thought it was Yurik as well, as far as like but was it gyro? So I didn't want to do that. 76 tried to side draft, but came in. There was a lot of cautions do breed cautions. Absolutely, there's lots of things going on for these drivers, and I tell you what, at least one more attempt at a green white checkered. Top 5 are still out there. There's Goebel, Inshaw, Balk, McKinney's are out there, Cody and Joey. So the 18. Fortunate enough to get back in the mix here after that. James Jett, the 43, coming back off of pit road. Maybe that's going to be a kind of thing. It'll be crazy. It'll be crazy.
I mean, I would say fasten your seatbelts.
It's not done.
I gotta say, for a race, getting to put your name out there and put your channel on somebody else's stream, and I appreciate you. I am so grateful that you put it on there. We throw yours on ours as well. I stream every Wednesday night, 8:15 Eastern, for the Wolf Pump Truck Series, and we shout you out as well. And next week we're going to give you a big shout out to have people come over and tune into this on Monday afternoon. We'll host your stream, and maybe next week I'll be able to raid some in. I'll set up a stream and send the raid over during practice to try to get some more people out here, get more eyes on IVRL. I love this league. I'm a big fan of Randy Henshaw. He's such a great guy. Him and Cody put together such an amazing league with great sponsors. Having Pinkett Ford out here is just so amazing to let a breast cancer awareness organization come out and just share the love that everybody wants to have. And we appreciate you for streaming it. So, I mean, from all of us at IVRL, thanks, man. You're awesome.
I try to do the best that I can. I try to make sure that we have fun with it. And this is kind of how it is every single week, week in and week out. We're going to chat with you. We're going to talk with everybody. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. And these guys are making it interesting here at Daytona. I'm looking forward to seeing everything else. Thank you to everybody out there for becoming a follower and followers. Appreciate the stream as well. T. Schaefer out there. Lights are off on the pace car. I look forward to seeing all that stuff. I'll make sure that I add you to my automatic hosted streams as well, so we can, double up the duties. That's what we're here for, folks. Is not only to call great races, but we're here to support. There's a lot of drivers here that are out there streaming themselves as well. We want to make sure that we're hitting all of these people and making sure that we grow the community to be as big as it can be, one person at a time. And I look forward to being a part of it. Those who listened to my voice for the last year and a half of doing this, I'm very appreciative of every person that's out there, every like, every follow, everything that we do. I pride myself on what we do there. So, folks, it's not over. One more attempt at a green white checkered. Pace car is going to dive off, and we're going to go back to green flag racing right here. They get it. They're gone. 24 goes again. 4 to the inside. 21 to the high side. He needs to get down there. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, Henshaw gets his way down to the bottom. An incredible move right there as they do come to these 2 laps to go. Randy's going to have to be patient on the back bumper. The 4 we know is aggressive. The 1, the 18, finds himself back in a position as they go to the outside here, coming off a 2 down the back straightaway.
I was talking about Cody Mckinney being the most patient driver here, one of the most patient drivers here. He's got his teammates in the back bumper. The 18 is there with him. They're going to be 2 by 2 into the corner. 21 all over the back bumper. The 24. The 4 is going to be there to the inside. I said whoever's going to be in 5th is probably going to be the guy in the right position. And now Cody Mckinney, I think he might have went a little bit too early, but we're going to see here that white flag's going to have to come. It's going to have to wave this time by, because if not... Flag Way is brought to you by by VOLSFAN88 on Twitch, twitch.tv/VOLSFAN88. Make sure that you go and check him out and give him a follow for me. Make sure you follow his Facebook page as well. 24-21 forward to the inside of the 1. The 18 is going to be there. They're going to have to make some moves here because they are not going to be able to make that swing. Where do you want to be coming into the backstretch?
I want to beat P2 right now. Here comes the 4. He's pushing the 21. 21 goes low. He's on the back bumper of the 24 coming into 3 for the final time.
Side draft from the 1 to the 18. 4's going to be there. 15 to the 1 together. Teammates going around. 1, 2, 3. Nick Goebel here as somebody's going to have to make it work. Are they going to be 3 wide across the stripe? 24 Goebel there. Hinshaw, Bulk. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Goebel wins it here and does it in style, able to keep it out there and be able to block there. Man, oh man, they just hit each other. You can't even burn it down now. Don't do that. Let it burn it down.
Man, and my boys, Team Henshaw, baby. 1, 2 in the stream. Amazing run by my teammates. Yes, I can be biased for a stream, and tonight is the night we get to celebrate for Randy Henshaw Racing. 1-2 finish at Daytona, baby.
Take a look at the white flag here after they came out of the racetrack. This is when they took the white flag. The 1 of the 18 were on the high side. I was like, man, I don't think I thought they went a little bit too soon. I think they probably should have held on for another lap. They could have made that slingshot move on the backstretch out of 2. Here is what happened out of 2. 18 and the 1 here. And 18 trying to shove the 1, just trying to give him some move, and then a little bit of a whoop comes his way. 4 all over the back bumper of the 21 into the corner. But oh man, a little bit of contact from the 1 of the 18. And then watch as Nick Goebel comes around here. We're going to get into the tri-oval. Watch the camera right here. They are coming into the tri-oval. Here's the start-finish line. The 4's like, I need just a little bit extra room. And that is how they finish right there, folks. Nick Goebel winning it here, burning it down to Daytona.
That the 4 made right there, that kept him from getting a second place finish. The 4 could have gotten that if he just would have stayed on the back bumper of that 24, but you see the checkered flag, you see that start finish line, and you say, man, I got a chance to get in there. Worm Rider comes into the chat, oh Jeremy, saying, woo! Oh goodness, what a race. My boys getting the 1-2 finish, I love it.
It turned into a phenomenal race here, and real quick before we get things going, make sure VOLSFAN88, that's going to be your Victory Lane sponsor, as well as our just everything. All the driver interviews are going to come up right here. We're going to talk to Mr. Goebel in just a second. Now that I have got his name correct, I like it. Let's see. I'm working on, there it is. Nick Goebel is going to be right there. We're going to pull that guy up here, and he's going to win it in style. The number 24 wins here, and Nick, man, oh man, coming around to the second green-white checker there. Walk us through what was on your mind. You saw the white flag. You knew that was going to be happening. What did you need to do to make that happen for yourself?
You know, having my teammate behind me, Randy Henshaw, was key. He was able to aid me in every single restart. We kind of jumped the last one there intentionally. We were kind of coordinating a little bit, and he was able to get behind me without any issues. And I knew coming out of 4 there, he was going to swing out because, I mean, we're all here to win, so he didn't want to just kind of hand it away. But I owe that one to Randy Henshaw over at Randy Henshaw Racing. He's the owner of it. But yeah, that's basically everything that was going through my mind right there. That was wild.
You had the 4 all over the back bumper of the 21. It was a 5-way battle until turn 3. Anything for him, Terry? I know that he's your teammate, but you know, that's just insane to see.
I love to talk to my teammates. I got wrecked out early. I wasn't there to stay on the back bumper. Nick, baby, Randy Henshaw racing number 1.
Oh my gosh, man! I know. Like I have got the biggest permit grin on my face right now, and it's not gonna get wiped off here for a good minute. Thank you for sitting there practicing with us, making sure that we were all set and ready to go there, Terry. Your help was so appreciated, man. I can't even begin to tell you.
Well, I would have loved to have been there at the end, maybe a 1-2-3 finish for our amazing team. It's good to, like I said, it's good to be biased for a night and coming up here on my off night. This is my off broadcasting night, and I'm up here calling a race.
You did a phenomenal job doing that, so I appreciate you getting out here and doing that as well.
You're welcome, buddy.
All righty. Well, congratulations, Nick. I'm going to let you get your shout-outs out there. I appreciate you very much, and congratulations. First race of the week of the season, and then going into next week, you're going to try to repeat. I'm sure that's what's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I want to give the biggest shout out to Randy Hinshaw over at RHR. Without him, I know I've said this a million times already. There's no way I would have been able to maintain there at the end. My teammates, Tommy Schaefer, Ryan Cliver, Richard Hurst, Terry Radford. Thank you to you guys. You know, we all work phenomenally together, and it's great, man. It's really great to be in victory lane. I appreciate you guys for putting on a great show tonight.
It was a blast to watch. You guys made it more interesting than I could ever ask for. So, I appreciate you. All right, Nick is going to be a race winner here, and he does a pretty darn good job of tearing it down right there. Team owner, second in the standings here now, second in the race. Randy Hinshaw, he comes in second place, pushing his teammate to the win here. Were you going to try to go to the outside, Randy, or were you just kind of going to settle?
I knew I was going to push Nick at least until the exit of 4. One of us was going to win the race, and I told him that on that last restart since we were front to tail there. So, yeah, I was going to, but just there at the end, I didn't have enough. So
it looked like you were trying to make it stick there to the outside. The 4 was able to get his nose to the back bumper, maybe gave it a little bit extra bump, pushing your teammate to the front, or getting him across the start-finish line a little bit more soon than you. But what I saw out of you two was that you were able to carry 3 and 4 nose to bumper pretty much both of those restarts. Whenever you got to the back bumper, he was able to keep it straight, and you were able to hold on to him. Is that just positive communication, or is that just kind of what you expect out of super speedway racing?
definitely what you expect out of super speedway racing, but a lot of seat time together. We've been doing this for about 5 years, being teammates now, so a lot of practice too. So it's nice to know we can work together like that and push as hard as we do, and it work out sometimes.
Things to look forward for your league here. You're the league owner, and you've really come on strong here with the first race of the season being as exciting and a lot of, I would say, drama, but it was driving drama. Like it was very, very intense. And is that what folks are going to be looking to hear, not just on Signature Esports, but across the platforms? Is that the kind of driving that we're going to be looking forward to here for the Pinkett Ford Truck Series at the IVRL?
Most definitely, and not just the Truck Series, but to the Cup Series too. We got a lot of really cool things that we're working on right now behind the scenes and gearing up for 2022. So right now we're just getting started, I feel like, and we're definitely going to create some exciting racing for the next near future.
Terry, anything for your team owner? You've been sitting here with me. I know you want to probably give a congratulations, a big one to him.
Well, I mean, I got a big old grin on my face because I get to call my teammates to a win, which is something I don't rarely get to do because we don't get to race very often. But Randy, you come into Daytona, you finish second. I mean, you had a chance to win it. If the Ford would have went with you, things could have been a little bit different, and we would have had a photo to the end. Going into Iowa, we're all going in there. I'm going in there very uneasy. I don't know how to run that track. What's your mindset? You're already second in points if it runs the way that it goes. What are you going to do going into Iowa? Are you going to play the strategy game knowing that, you had a good run here? Or are you going to go in there going for max points like always?
This early in the season, I think we'll probably just go for max points for the most part. I haven't ran Iowa on iRacing yet. I've got a couple laps on heat and whatnot, and it's never really been a real strong track for me. So more than anything, I think we're just going to try and get some seat time here over the next week or so, and just work on conserving the tires and creating speed over the long run. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, my team owner, my friend, the man that I get to come out here and help a great league out. Love it. Glad I got to come up here and call a race with where'd you find this guy? He's phenomenal. I'm going to need to steal him for a night.
I tell you, man, we've done a lot of research probably over the last month to month and a half, and well, maybe even longer than that, because I think we finally came to an agreement and everything roughly 2 to 3 weeks ago. So, like I said, we did a lot of research, and we did a lot of background looking in at different things, and he was the one that really stood out to us. He does a phenomenal job, and we're really excited to have him here on board with the IVRL Pink It Forward Truck Series. Shout out to Pink It Forward for coming on board with us this year, and shout out to you, VOLSFAN, for doing the final lap and the post-race interviews. We're really excited to have everybody on board for this season. A lot of good things to come. You've seen the racing tonight, and I think we're going to have that all year long.
Well, it was a phenomenal race, and I appreciate you guys bringing me on board as well. It's just one of those things that you always have to push the boundaries when it comes to racing. You always have to push the boundaries when it comes to what you're able to accomplish, and you guys have already accomplished a lot in my books. You are absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations, P2 finish here, Randy, and I look forward to seeing what we're going to be doing next week at Iowa.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You as
Love
well, man. I love it. I love it. Randy Hinshaw finishes second. And last but not least, this guy right here had the strategy of all strategies. Corbin and the number 4. Corbin, I've been saying bulk all night. Tell me I'm right.
It's bulky, but that's okay, man.
Bulky,
I've heard
got
it butchered a lot worse than that.
Hey, bulky is okay. I just want to make sure. Remember, Followell's my last name. I got to make sure that I get this stuff right. So, all right,
Appreciate you asking, though. Most people don't ask.
I want to know. My name gets butchered enough. I want to make sure I get it right. Corbin Balky. So yeah, when you go back and watch it, it's going to be like 9 times out of 10. We were talking about you all race. You had a heck of a strategy there. Caution comes out. You find yourself working with a teammate there. I think it was a teammate. The number 6 was working with you there for a little bit, and the race kind of progressed where you stayed in one spot and you were there to be able to be there at the end. How did you miss all of it?
I mean, a lot of luck, I guess, is what you need at Daytona. I feel like I wasn't very lucky. I got hit about 10 times. Every time a wreck happened, it was either the car in front of me or the car behind me. So, we just tried to use our head the entire race and keep ourselves in good positions. I wanted to go to the front a lot sooner. I kept peeking 3 wide, and Nash just kept telling me, like, dude, reel it back. We got like 60 laps to go, 50 laps to go. And, it didn't work out for him. I felt bad. He got taken out there about midway through, but I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out for me.
Well, top 3 finish for you, and it was exciting to watch. We were watching how when you guys were running with that 8-car pack, you were able to kind of just hold your line, kind of sit there. You and it seemed like you and Cody Mckinney, the number 1, seemed to be the drivers that were trying to hold that patience together. You may not have seen it from our point of view. It looked like you had a ton of patience. So
it didn't feel that way. So I'm glad it looked that way.
It was definitely great. I tell you what, Terry, anything for the number 3? We were talking about him all race. I know that you were cheering him on. We were trying to be as impartial as we can. He's got teammates in 1 too, but we were talking about you. You were there, man.
A little bit biased. Like I said, it never gets to happen for us broadcasters. We normally just have to be the guy that never calls your friends out, but when your teammates are winning, it's cool to say it. But Mr. Corbin, you had such an awesome strategy. You came down pit road a little later than most. You waited about 3 laps before you came down. What fueled into that strategy? Was it because the 6 went into the grass and you lost your teammate? Or was it because you knew that you were going to have such a gap with those lap cars that you could tuck in on the tail end of that long line?
Yeah, that was exactly the problem. So me and Nash were going to go in, I think, 2 laps after everybody else and try to stay out front. And as soon as he got set in the grass, I was pretty much stuck with, I ran it down to like a half lap of fuel and, used the lap cars to my advantage.
I got super lucky coming out of the pits. I figured I'd be getting freight trained, and I come out 10 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. So just cycled in and got really lucky. Like the whole race was just pretty lucky on my end.
Well, you had an incredible race. You had an amazing strategy. And at the end, you had an opportunity to win, possibly a second. What fueled you to move to the bottom of the 24, knowing that you could have had a second to pass Randy there?
I don't know. I wasn't racing for second. I wanted to go for the win. So I figured they'd probably DQ me if I passed for the win below the yellow line. But, it made the pictures cool. I guess it made the end of the race a little bit cooler. So that's what we're here for.
Well, good job, buddy. Third place tonight. Looking forward to Iowa. Can't wait to be back on the track with you guys. And yeah, man, all back to the man with the plan with Signature Esports here.
Corbin, give your shout outs out there, brother. I want to make sure that you hit your teammates and hit anybody you want to thank.
Yeah, big thanks to Nash Fry for his help in this race. Turn4apparel.com, dailydrivers.com, iCar, and everybody that came out and watched and supported in the chat. And thank you guys for putting on a good broadcast.
Absolutely phenomenal day. The number 4 comes home third and does so in style. And we talk about the pass below the yellow line, but let's take a look here. Nick Gobel's going to be your race winner here, the number 24. Here's your race results, of course, brought to you by the man to my, I would call it my virtual left, the VOLSFAN88 on Twitch, twitch.tv/VOLSFAN88, VOLSFAN, the number 88. Nick Goebel, again, your race winner. Randy Hinshaw in second. Balky, he finishes in third. McKinney, Abrams, Jet, McKinney. The two McKinneys. You have 2 top 10 finishes for those drivers. Cody Mckinney, he was there, and I was calling him to be up there, and it just happened. He said that, I think I saw some net code out there or something like that. Is what I was hearing. Either way, he finishes in 7th. Zirkle finishes in 8th. Schilling, Robbins there in 9th and 10th. The 76 finishes in 11th, 68 in 12th, and we've got Werner and then Van. I wish it would put his name all the way on there. I'll have to work on that. Van Schaik is going to be the next driver there in 14th. We've got Friedenup, Marabello. Anderson finishes in 18th. And that's kind of how that's going to wrap up. There's a few drivers a few laps down, but they got out there, still finished. There was a lot of drivers that still finished, which is perfect. That's what you want to see. Let's see. Tommy Schaefer, T-Shape, thanks you for following out there. I just saw you did that as well. Thank you very much. The 62 finishes in 20th. Winker in 21st. Johnson, McClellan, Hurst, Thomas Carino Jr. We didn't get to talk about the 7 quite a lot, but he was there early, and I know he was part of the early wreck, but he was doing phenomenal on that first little stretch that they had there. So it's sometimes it's a shame to see some of the drivers get ramped up early, but at the end of the day, we know that they're going to be back next week. Iowa, George Jules out there, Swain, Radford, buddy. I tell you what, Terry, you got wrapped up early as well. Ryan Cliver is going to be the last driver there in 29th. Man, oh man, what a race. What an interesting day. Nick Goebel's your race winner. Walk us through. What do you expect next week?
I expect the tires to be eaten alive. Expect 3-wide racing. I mean, your channel's going to have an amazing race. I hope that I get to finish that one because I love Iowa. I loved it in NASCAR Heat. I loved it, and I love it in iRacing. I have such a great time coming out here with these guys and listening to your broadcast. It was an honor. Thanks for letting me come up here and join it. It's good to see my logo on somebody else's. Send me your logo, my friend, and we'll put it on the VOLSFAN88 channel every Wednesday night at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time for the Wolf Pump Truck Series. And you don't want to miss this Thursday. We're going to be debuting an awesome video package on Podium Esports, which is a cool event that they're going to let me do. And next week, I'm calling a race with those boys.
Perfect. I like Podium. Those guys are pretty awesome over there. Vance Goik. Okay, I got it now. I've got it. We're gonna make sure it's doing. I appreciate you stepping in here. I know that normally it's just kind of the way it goes. Normally we see a ton of chat, but a lot of the chat comes after the fact too. But I appreciate you. I'll send that over to you, and we're gonna I'm gonna have to tune into your when I'm not broadcasting. I'm gonna have to tune in and see what you're doing over there. I appreciate you coming out and congratulations on the first successful race here as one of the race sponsors and Victory Lane sponsor going forward.
Thank you, sir. Can't wait to see what the season holds. IVRL is going to be the place to be between Monday night and Wednesday night. 2 great leagues with the IVRL and the Wolf Pump Truck Series. Can't wait to add another one and have the Xfinity on Tuesday. But appreciate you for having it on here. Can't wait to see what the rest of the season holds.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody out there for doing what you do. And make sure that you go to pinkitforward.org to find out more information how you can donate and be a part of that. Make sure that you give us a like and follow on all of our platforms. Everybody that's involved in this, including the IVRL, they do have a Facebook group, Facebook page out there as well. The International Virtual Racing League out there. They are absolutely amazing. So thank you to Randy and all the guys over there. Cody as well for reaching out to me and allowing me to be a part of this. Remember pinkitforward.org. Make sure you got VOLSFAN88 out there. Daytona is in the books. Next week, we're going to be back at it again. Tomorrow night, eNASCAR Racing Association live on Signature Esports. And, of course, make sure that you go and check out all of that action. That's the Next Gen Series that we're going to see. Another Next Gen race is going to happen on Wednesday, the Signature eNASCAR Next Gen Series that is brought to you by KPTV 75 and Pointer Motorsports, POYNOR. That guy is absolutely awesome. Make sure that you go and check all of that stuff out. Thank you to everybody for doing what you do. We love and appreciate you. And, of course, if I don't see you, have a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good morning.